So in this, I'm going to talk about the blueprint of intelligence. It's all about constructing modern large language models from the atomic mathematical principles to the final architectural stack. There is a four phase of construction. The first phase is the mathematical foundation, derivatives, gradients, and the linear algebra that form the engine of a machine learning. The phase two is the code implementation, translating abstract mathematics into a high dimensional memory arrays. The phase three is the neural mechanism, assembling tensors and weights into layers that extract non-linear patterns. And the phase four is the transformer architecture, engineering the definitive self-attention mechanism that powers modern AI. The engine of learning, gradient descent, moving in the exact opposite direction of the gradient forces the mathematical laws towards zero. This is how the model physically learns. The gradient ascends 2x to y. The mathematical gradient strictly points in the direction of maximum error increases. The language of a spatial relationship, panel A alignment, x and y dot product 3 into 1 plus 4 into 2 is equal to 11. Vector pointing in a similar directions yields high positive numbers, mathematically confirming strong similarity. Panel B, orthogonality dot product x1 into x2 plus y2 into y2 is equal to 0. A dot product of absolute 0 indicates the vectors are entirely dissimilar and share no spatial relationship. The architecture of a chance, the event, the discrete. The model predicts the future by converting massive scales of chaotic discrete data into stable, continuous probability distribution, the convergent continuous probability, zero point 0.5 sample size, 10 to 10,000. The structuring data in a code, scalar, 0D tensor, vector 1D tensor, matrix is 2D tensor, and this is 3D tensor, PyTorch transformation pipeline, tensor flatten, tensor reshape. Operations remap grid dimensionally without erasing underlying data. Anatomy of a single neuron, x1 is equal to 2, weight is 0.5, x2 is equal to 3, weight is 0.3, b is equal to bias fx, and this is output. Output is equal to the function of input in the weights plus ys. Bending the line, sig mode, perfect for mapping arbitrary mathematical output into strict probability key percentage. Fx is equal to 1 by 1 plus e to the power minus x. Fx is equal to max 0 to 6, which is called rectified linear unit, highly computationally efficient, instantly zeroes out all negative values to create harsh nonlinearities. Real u fx is equal to max 0.1 x comma x prevents total information loss by allowing a slight continuous negative gradient. The multi-layer perception, input, hidden layer, and output. By stacking neurons into dense hidden layer, the network creates a vast matrix of interchangeable weights, transforming the raw data into deeply abstract representation. Input array into a weight matrix is equal to hidden layer state. The problem of a context. Zone 1, the cat sat on a mat. Contextual anchor. Zone 2, the mat was woven from the heavy fire. Contextual anchor. Standard network process words in isolation, but in a human language, meaning is a fluid. A model must simultaneously process a word's static definition in its dynamic surrounding environment. The mechanism of self-attention query. What I'm looking for and log it. Typing a specific search query into a database. K. What information do I have? The meta text or title of a web page determining if it matches the query. Analogy. What is the actual payload? The factual text contents of the web page itself. QK. IBM Plex Nano K score. V into score. Calculating context. Attention. QKV. Softmax is equal to Q into K to the power T to the power D to the into V. Dot product matrix measuring the raw mathematical affinity between every word, stabilizes divisor to mathematically prevent gradient explosion during training. Probability conversion curve ensuring all contextual weight perfectly sums to 100%. Spotlight visual, cat 60%, sat 30%, D 10% is mat. The ending time in a static space, token 5, token 1, you have a sine theta, then you, because attention matrix view all data simultaneously. Rotatory positional embedding rope, mathematically rotate word vector. The deeper into a sentence a word appears, the further its vector is rotated, natively embedding the concept of sequel time into a static geometry. The GPT architecture. Output next token probability, add an anom, feed forward network MLP, add an anom inter-residual connection, mask self-attention, input token, and then normalize. So when you have an input token, you are normalizing, then you are masking the self-attention, you are adding the normalization, then you are feeding the neural network, and then again you are adding the normalization, and then the output next token probability. The blueprint. So you have the derivative dy dx, then you have the dot product which is a by b, then you have the neuron which is wx plus v, then you have a softmax conversion, then you have attention equation, the macro, GPT decoder block, 5000 word vocabulary logic distribution by stacking simple geometric transformation calculation and matrix multiplication at a scale, billions of static parameters again in a single cozy engine of intelligence.